Greetings and salutations, my friends. It's finally here, FM24. Now, as you know, I've had a bit of access for the last week or so to the game, and I can safely say this is the most excited I've been about Football Manager since 3D came out. Maybe even 2D. I'm very old, but it's very, very good. Today we're going to do a fun beta save for the next couple, or early access. I think they're calling it early access, but it says, just below me, it says beta there, look. Anyway, I've decided to go with Brighton for a number of reasons. They're a good Premier League level, obviously. I've wanted to use a lot of their players before. We have a little bit of cheeky European football to sort of see that. And also, I don't know about you, everybody likes Brighton at the moment. And the way they keep coming every season, they seem to have a player that I've never heard of, that I didn't know they'd signed, and they're really good. So, we can watch this, you can watch this, I'll play this, and we can act smug because we know the guys that are coming through. Oh, this guy, yeah, I saw him come through, yeah. So, I've gone on the real-time mode, essentially, so the transfers happen when they actually happen in real life. We've got money to spend, which is for the first time. I've done 3 clubs previously, and none of them had any money to spend. So we've still got that sweet, sweet Caicedo money. Gobble, gobble. So we actually have £80 million to spend, which is exciting. However, there is some players coming in and out. They are getting rid of a lot of players. There's Caicedo. See, there's the move. When you've got this set up, when you're playing this version away, basically you're selling players and you're buying players, but all the money's been done. So whatever you've got as a transfer, that it's not going to alter when the players leave or come in or whatever. So lots of players out. We've got lots of players in. Nobody too exciting. Obviously, Ansu Fati's the big one. We've got Igor, who's a sort of centre-back, inverted full-back maybe. I'll show you the tactic we're going to go with. We're going to test some things out. It might work horribly, but I want to try some things. So, because with all the new tactics and stuff, it's just so much more exciting. A ball-playing centre-back, stroke left-back. He's coming in. We've got Noel Atom, who's a young, actually very good, young. See, look. See, they've scooped somebody up for free. It's how they do it. It's how they do it. We've got Jacob Slater coming in. Yeah, we won't see him. You know, at most we're going to play 2 seasons of this save, so we won't be seeing him. Baleba is a central midfielder, sort of deep line playmaker, actually decent defensively as well, so not too, and only 19 years old. Another absolute bargain for 7 million, or going up to 25 though. So we've got Mazulu, who's a winger. Not bad, 17 years old, could be very good. Another one, in 2 years' time, he'll be like popping out, starting games, and we'll all be like, who's this guy? Now we'll know. We've got Brody Pert. He is just not very good, but he's a free, so it's fine. Ansu Fati, quite good. And Lewis Flower, unfortunately, he's not blooming. Punnage. So, here's the plan. Today there's going to be a video. I'm going to do the transfers in a minute. I'll let you know what spend all my money. And then tomorrow, being Friday, right, it's Friday tomorrow, there'll be another video of this. And then Friday evening, I'm going to do a live stream, Football Manager, because I want to get back into streaming. We're going to be continuing this save for a bit, and then there'll be Monday's video. So on Monday, there'll be another Brighton video. But continue the save for a bit. If I've got time, I might stream a little bit over the weekend as well. And also, I'll be talking about the house and all the shenanigans that went down with buying a house. Because got some fun stories, really stressful stories. So, they're the guys coming in. Nobody that's really going to massively affect. Good, more depth in centre-back position, good. Here's the team. Now, I've gone through it, and I like it. I like it a lot. However, it's time for a couple of the oldies to go. Adam Lallana is a very good player. His physicals are falling apart. He's on good money at this club. I think it's time to go. I think it's time to go, Adam. I'm sorry. I love you like a brother, but it's time. And Danny Welbeck, because, well, he's Danny Welbeck. We're in Europe now. Danny, you're a human and you exist, but you're not for us, because we've got the youngster Evan Ferguson, who's pretty much on Danny Welbeck's level, maybe slightly better already, and he's only 18 years old. So I think he's going to get game time up front. I'll show you the tactic in a sec. So looking at this, we'll go into the tactic. I haven't done set pieces yet. I'll do that before the first game. This is the setup we're going for. I'm trying some things, people. So, couple of things you might notice. I want to play... I've always had this issue with playing a shadow striker with one striker because I always feel they get in the way a bit. But hopefully, with this new marvellous AI technology, he might move out of the fucking way a bit. Or he might move across, or they'll go like that. So I want to test that out, because this is very much a testing save. I have done the inverted fullback, which is really good. So let's say this winger stays as a winger, and I put an inverted fullback defend here. As we know, and I have tested it lots, is that wing-back pushes up when we're attacking, and they all move across to become a 3 at the back. It's lovely and plays really well. But I've done that a few times, so I want to try something different. I'm going for an inverted wing-back attack, because why not? And then a half-back in one of the DM roles. So hopefully, roughly, it should, when playing, he bombs up into this position, he drops back to hopefully create a 3 in a different way. And then Gross is going to just do his thing. Mitoma, let him be a big dribbly boy. That's what the plan is, right? Let him just dribble around. He's got a degree in it or some shite. Another thing I want to test out. So some of you, in the know, guys, will know that Solly March is left-footed. Now, naturally, playing him as a winger, left-footed, on the right, probably not ideal. You think, what are you doing, Loki? What are you doing? You're a crazy man. You're breaking the mould. No, wait. There is now a slightly new option in the individual instructions that you can actually tell a winger to cut inside with the ball. So he'll drive inside a little bit more. Now, then you're asking, well, hang on, we've got inverted wingers, aren't they? They're just the same thing. Well, essentially, they do it a lot more. These guys are going to drive infield a lot more. What the winger tends to do, and this is part of the experiment because I haven't used it too much, is they stay wider like a winger, but then the last minute will cut in or just make small runs inside and stuff. So get onto his favoured left foot. Plus the fact I don't really have a good right winger. Shush. But I needed width. So that's part of it. So it's all worked out in the test. It's other than that, individual instructions-wise, it's a pretty much sort of standard possession. It's based off the possession tactic with a couple of little tweaks, but nothing too bad. I really want to focus on the roles before I try some shenanigans in the in that section. So now, what do we need? Well, we need a halfback and an inverted wing-back attack, essentially. Well, our only right midfielder currently, we've got James Milner. He's going to be on the bench doing all of the jobs because he's the perfect bench player. Tariq Lamptey, good physicals, not that great at playing football, but a solid enough backup, but that's not good enough. So we need a right wing-back, inverted wing-back attack. I'm not actually too bothered which foot he is, ideally two-footed. Say that about every position. Also, I want a half-back. Now, I do have the Scottish legend that is Billy Gilmore, who's fine. He'll fill in, but he's not really supposed to be the main man, I don't think. I want to play Pascal Gross as the deep line playmaker, but Billy Gilmore and Mahmoud Dahoud can both play that role. But we don't really have a half-back. It's a very similar role to a centre-back, essentially, like a ball-playing centre-back. So that's who we're going to dip into this. We've got £80 million to spend. If I can find an inverted wing-back attack and a half-back legendary editions, foil shinies, then we are good to go. Like I said, I'll set up the set pieces and talk you through my decision-making because I've practiced quite a lot with the set pieces now. I've found some stuff that works, but I want to test some freaky stuff as well. So other than that, we're all good to go. I'm going to do some wheeling dealing in the transfer window, and I'll see you soon. So let me talk you through the wizard. If you've got the beta, you'll see it. But if you're still umming and ahhing about whether to get the game, see if it's worth it this year. It is, by the way. But I'll take you through it. So I just generally think a hybrid system is the best way to go. A mix of player marking and zonal marking in certain areas just, in my brain, makes the most sense. I think player marking leaves too many possible errors. We're going hybrid. Now, from what I've seen so far, everything's with an asterisk, because I've played a bunch of hours, but, you know, it's still a tiny bit of the game, really. We need to spend thousands of hours really working out. I like to leave a player on the near posts. But what I will do is, if I notice all their corners are going to the back post, I'll make changes. Yeah, so what post do you want to do whilst defending? Man on the near post. How many players do we want to leave forward? We're not really a counter-attacky, fast counter-attacky side, so we'll just go balance. But I do like to leave one guy. Where the ball be delivered from attacking set pieces. I'm going to try some stuff, so I'll put near post for now, but we're not doing that. Okay. How many players do you want to leave back defending during attacking set pieces? We'll go balance. Let's not go too crazy. And outswinger. Does a little loady. So here's my plan. Get off. Finish. Here's my plan. I've tried, so far, I've spent a lot of time with near post, in the middle, and a little bit of far post, a little bit of short. I've not found central to be that effective at all. There's too many just goalkeeper claims. It's a little goes too close to the goalkeeper quite a lot, so we don't want to do that. Near post I've found to be effective. Far post not tested enough, but I just at the moment it feels slightly less effective than the classic near post. But what we're going to do? We're going to go edge of the area, right? Because I want to try it. So we're going to have two set piece routines. One of them is going to be edge of the area, and one of them is going to be short. Just to experience doing different stuff. And we don't have the biggest team, other than the centre backs. We don't have the biggest team. Ansu Fati rising like a salmon. I suppose the young strikers, Ferguson's good, isn't he? But yes, so here's what you've seen before. We're keeping two men back. So we don't need two men attacking this near post, I don't think, if we're pinging it to the outside. So we're literally just going to drag into the creator section because we want men on the outside. Maybe takes to him, lays it off, bosh! So we could just go far side or come short, which we don't want to do. So we're having three men in the box here. Keep it nice and simple. We don't want to make any changes. We're going to add a routine. And we're going to do a little short. I don't think it really matters too much outswing it, inswing a short. It's more like who that takes it, right? And we're going to do it the same amount of time. This is one of the other screens I really love. What I tend to do on I'm doing a Slough non-league save, is that 80% of the time, it goes near post. 20% of the time, cheeky little short one. Just throw them off, yeah? Throw them off. So we've got a guy coming short. And we've still got the men lurking as well. And then we've got attack far post, attack ball from the edge of the area. I might change that a little bit. Let's go attack near post, just inside case to whip one in. As you can see, it's really simple. These are the set pieces. If there's somebody in particular you don't want to take I have it set to my assistant to choose all the best set piece takers. That's in your staff responsibilities. But if there's really somebody, you'd take that off. And no, Solly March, I never want you to be taking it. You can still do that. You're not forced into it. And then these are the priorities of your aerial threats. So let's say Lewis Dunk is our best aerial threat, but I want to play it to the edge of the box. And he just happens, let's say, in our mystery world, to have the best long shots and finishing and passing. So we want to actually, even though he's good, we're not really doing that. So what we can do is, so with the creators, we can drag this up and prioritize. Drag this up to say, no, actually, the best creator is the most important thing. So actually, what we could do, which one are we on? Doesn't really matter too much there. But with this, I think we'll go creators. Yes, take control. Because it's more important that these are the guys that are best at that job get picked first. Like I said, this is more experimentation. I don't expect most of this to work. But there we go. And we'll use it 50% of the time, and we can see an option here. So there's no dragging and dropping on here. This is just a visual representation. You can see who's currently selected to do anything. Mitoma, Pascal Gross, perfect, right? I haven't selected all my team, but you know they're the right ones. Like I said, you can take manual control over who's the best at what within that if you want to. Right, I'm going to do some transfers. Spend some money. I'll see you in a sec. This, just got a little bugbear. Just going to throw it out there in case there's anybody from sport. This still annoys me. So I'm talking about what I think expect to achieve this season. So the team that currently just got Europa League, qualified for the Europa League, I've suggested, rudely I guess, that I think we can qualify for the Europa League again this season. So I'm asking them not even to improve, to do the same. And they are hurt. And I'm setting them up to fail. I think this whole system needs a bit more leeway. I don't think they'll be that insulted. He's offended. Absolutely offended. Mitoma knows, though. Mitoma knows. Welcome to the club. Our first signing that was me and not the previous manager, Edmund Tapsoba. Amazing hair, 24 years old, international, bags of experience, lots of money, but incredibly good. Obviously can play, is a main centre-back, but we're going to play him as the half-back. He's got a good passing range as well. Like, yeah, he's pretty good. He's costing me eventually 40 million. So 35 million with 5 million if he plays 50 games and a little bit spread over time. Welcome to the club. So the fans happy? They better be happy. I've got a record signing. I've got a Steam achievement, boys. It's kicking off. It's absolutely kicking off. Right, the fans better be happy with this signing. I'd be very happy if I was a Brighton fan. He's a very good youngster. Pleased to sign a player of his calibre and importance. The squad is now overloaded with players. Yeah, don't worry about it. Little to show you. Because there's a new way of selling players in the game. Let's look at Adam. By the way, 7 of the main team are upset that Adam, Brighton fucking legend Lallana is transfer listed and they're kicking up a fuss. So it's been a good start. So you've got these new options. So you've got the offer out as normal. A good way before you even transfer list the players to ask about market interest just to see. But you can hire intermediary. When this comes up, you know it's not good. Sometimes it will come up with this message and also says, we'll ask about for 30 days to see if there's any intermediaries that can sell him. So that's a maybe, but I've not actually seen that work yet, but I'm sure it does at some point. This means no. And obviously, because I know people will complain about this, you can't always sell players. This guy, 35 years old on 67 grand a week, teams are just not going to be interested in him. So sometimes it's just going to be, look at Man United, all their overpaid players that they can't get rid of. It just happens. So even though we've got this new system, you'll get like we're desperate to sell him. Oh, okay. There we go. Here we go. So I've asked the agent, come on, Saudi Arabia. Prioritising other positions? How rude. I wonder if we offer 2 million. 2 million, that's nothing in Saudi Arabia. That's just on the floor. So it doesn't always guarantee a sale, which is the important thing to remember, is that and also, before you transfer list and potentially upset a player that maybe you might not want to sell, but if there's loads of money, it's really good to just talk to the agent, because he'll tell you if there's any teams interested. So you know that if you were then to offer him out, you might not get his full market value. You might have to lower it, sell him a bit cheaper, etc., etc. But that's really nice. More options with selling players, good, but doesn't always guarantee a sale, as I'm finding out with Adam Lallana and Danny Welbeck. I've made my second signing. Bit of a cheeky one, this. I'm sure, like, the people in the know have heard of him. I'd never heard of him, and I think he's an absolute steal or zero. He's free. Marvin Plattenhard, Platz, as we'll call him, signing on a free, 30 grand a week, 31 years old. And if you need a set piece taker in the Premier League, including long throws, this is your man. He's very, very good just really good. I was quite surprised when I seen him. The scouts are sort of, bit one-footed, fairly susceptible to injuries. Poor heading ability, that's fine. He's not a centre-back, is he? I think he's very good. It gives us backup to Estupinian, left back. Can also, I might retrain him a little bit just in case he needs to fill in. We've got James Milner who can also play in on the right. I might try him out on there. See, he's a little bit too one-footed for the inverted, but don't let those silly little details get in the way of a fun signing. That's what I always say. That's why I'm so successful at Football Manager. If you could be legendary people and like the video and comment on the video, there's a couple of questions for the comments I want to ask. For those of you who have got a few hours into the game now, can I have your one-sentence review of the game so far for you? I know you probably aren't that far in, but there's still lots of people on the fence about getting the game, so it might help them. Also, let me know if there's any particular videos or series that you want to see in FM24. I've got some plans, but I'd like your input, stuff you want to see. And finally, I do have a Patreon if you want to support me on Patreon. The link is in the bit below, and I've just bought a house, and I've just spent £1,300 on a catio. So if you want to support me, and we're starting a dog charity, cat rescue charity and stuff. So definitely a promise, every Patreon sign up, you get a free Adam Lallana. We did it, boys and girls, we did it. Adam Lallana's out on loan to Real San Sebastian, we just had Lewis Dunk's testimonial against them, so I guess they used it as a scouting mission. And Danny Welbeck, I forgot his name for a second. That's how little I care. Danny Welbeck has gone to West Ham for £3 million. £3 million. I'll take that all day long. And we're playing him right now. I'm going to suggest he might not be a starter. I haven't made any more signings. I'm pretty happy with the squad. We've still got plenty of money left if we want to make moves in January, although we are top end of the wages. But let's pick a team. So essentially, at my right back position, I've got Platz here, who's learning the role. He's very left-footed, but I like him because he was free. I'm ignoring my scout report saying he's bang average. We've got Tarek Lamptey, pace. Opposite end of the scale, James Milner, who's just amazing at everything. He's still very good. He's losing a bit of physicals, as you'd expect for a 37-year-old. Still an absolute monster. Good penalty taker as well. Amazing mentals. I think we're going to start with him. Okay. Goalkeeper-wise, I think I'm going to let them battle it out. We've got the experience of Jason Steele and Verbruggen, who's the new guy, really well-rounded goalkeeper with a lot of improvement he can still make. Let's go with experience first game. We've got the Dunk's going to play on the right, and then Joel Veltman on the left. Got the new guys just right. Igor is here as well. We're going to go Tapsobic going straight in the half-back role. We're going to see how this all works out when we get to it. I think we'll go Adam Webster. We can go Webster, Igor, Stoops on the left, Tarek Lamptey as his backup. Platz can come on, because I feel like I should have him, although I just signed him. I was just banging on about how much I like him, so I probably should be somewhere near the first team. Solly March on the right, Tomes on the left. The shadow striker is going to be João Pedro. I think Enciso's going to be his backup. His mentals aren't the best, but he's actually really, really good. Decent shadow striker as well. We're going to go big Evan Ferguson, and as you see, because we're using the real world transfers, some of the players haven't arrived yet. So Ansu Fati's not quite here yet. We've got Adinga, who's very, very good as a backup, and Cisco, who we talked about. We've got Facundo Bunanat. Yeah, it's just I don't want to see that name when it coming up. I'm not trying that again. Facundo. We'll just fix this while we're here. Just call it Platz. I feel like that's the nickname footballers would give him. There's Platz. Okay, fix that. Pascal Gross is our deep line playmaker. Billy Gilmore is a good backup, and Dahoud is a good backup. And then Facundo. We do have this guy, Modder, who's meh, but he's injured. So I'll probably try and sell him in January, make a bit of cash on him. Overall, pretty pleased with this team. I'll say that and then get beaten 3-0 in the first game. But right now, at this very moment, I am pleased with what we've got. We've got good, really good depth in defence, solid midfield depth, some unproven youngsters a little bit as the backups to these 3 great players. But we'll see how they go. I can always panic by somebody right at the end of the transfer window if required. Here we go. Everybody's happy. Oh, James Mills, pleased to have been picked. Nice. Oh, bless him. What a legend. What a nice guy. Tap Sober starts good. They're happy with that. Put on a show, lads. Put on a show. No highlights. That's what's going to happen. We all know this is the rules of Football Manager. Bowen never heard of him. Welbeck starting. Oh no, I actually don't. I know he's not very good, but he's going to score, isn't he? He's going to score. He's going to do the score. We'll go key highlights. Just keep things nice and quick. And I've actually slowed the game. Normally I was a 2 above normal. And that's me. Terrible little spots on it. But I'm actually liking the 1 above. Do I want to see, as a Liverpool fan, disallowed offside goals? I'm not sure I want to see it. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Let's have a look at tight offsides. Just for a bit of spice. Right, come on, boys. Don't let Danny Welbeck lose 3-0 by all means. Do not let Danny Welbeck score. Especially not the first 10 minutes. I feel like he'd run over to me and just shush me. Right, so we're going to, because we're trying stuff out here, we're going to keep an eye on important roles. There is Tap Sober. So he's my halfback. So we're going to see what sort of position he takes up. Right. First, proper... No. Okay. Decided against it. Okay, all good. And highlights, go. Oh, okay, it's a bruise. Bruises are going to slow down James Melly Milner. You'll brush it off. You can run around on a broken ankle. He'll probably just pull his leg off and just carry on the stump. That's what James Milner... Wow, this... Good possession, yeah? 100% shots on target. It was probably from about 70 yards, though, because it was a 0.01 XG. Here we go. Stoops. Nice. Ferguson. Lays it off. Matoma. Nice deflection. Tap Sober's there. That's a nice position. I like that position he's taking so far. Oh, Pascal. Lovely. Stoops. Bit of width. Back into Gross. Fires it across. Matoma. Lays it off to the no man's land. Get up. Get up. Have we injured him? Oh, I didn't get him go bonus points. Matoma. Remember, he's a dribbly boy. He's not a passy boy. Okay? He shouldn't be passing. He should just always dribble. We improved. Yeah, no. Let's be positive. He wants to play on. That's what he does. It's Millie Mouse. Right. Cat Chucker was taking the throw in. Go away, Bone. Thank you. Right. Nobody, any standout performances just yet. We've got a green. We've got Stoops in the green. But the more I've played this, like I said, I've got about 50 hours or so into this game now. I've done Premier League, Championship, and Vanarama South. And the game is just so much more interesting to watch. It feels like Matoma looks like a good dribbler. Go on, Milner. Go on. Oh, that's a perfect spot to take up. I like that. But it feels like you can see on the pitch what they're good at. They feel less robotic. And like I said before in my sort of preview video that, Steele's come for that. He's missed it. Don't let Welbeck score. The players feel like they're connected. They know teammates exist. It's very good. Right. Okay. Not the most exciting of halves, but also kept him quiet. Let's go for Platts. My grand plan and the inverted wing back. who will never use his right foot. I like it. They'll be surprised. Oh, NC, so I like the look of him. Dinga's very good as well. He's more of a another dribbly boy, isn't he? Yeah, he's Matoma's backup essentially. Let's go. Gross has been doing all right. It's fine. Give him a bit of encouragement to the lads. Are we going to get a 0-0 draw in our first match of FM24? All right. How big is he? Yeah, 6'2", 14 jumping reach, 14 heading, good strength. Yeah, okay. Let's go Facundo, Billy Gilmore. I've liked the look of Billy Gilmore this season. He's finally coming good to the promise. Don't do it. Where's Welbeck? Has he been subbed off? He better have been. Ah, steal. Little ripple. Good claim. Okay. I'm glad he's using my distribute to centre-backs and full-backs option there. Ferguson lays it off. I've not... Oh, God. Oh! I've not really... I don't think in the last couple of FMs I've really used complete forwards too much. So I wanted to try. That's a shocker, Platts. That's a shocker, mate. There we go. Matoma. Dribbly boy. Dribbly boy. There we go. Go on. Oh, it's lovely. Little turn. Dinks it across. Facundo at the back post. Yes, boys. Yes. Let's go, Facundo. Thank God I changed his name so I didn't have to try and pronounce what he was, whatever that was. Ah, oh, Matoma, you dribbliest of boys. Little turn. Pings it to the back post, and Facundo does well. Rises well against Cresswell. Are you watching, Danny? Are you watching? Don't know if he's still playing, but are you watching? We'll take it. We'll take it. We're off the mark. Good ratings. Matoma with the assist. Solid at the back. Platts, still learning. Still didn't have much time to... I don't know why I'm sort of... I'm going to bat for this one particular free purchase I got. I don't know why. But he is. Tap Cyber. Good debut. And Cisco, he was there for a bit. Which is good. Right. Like I said, there will be a video tomorrow. I'll try to get it done for... Oh, we meet again. You won a match against a player you previously sold. Danny, the 3 million quid and a Steam achievement. Didn't say that in the transfer details. Anyway, relegation, by the way. Yeah, so there'll be a video at 6 PM tomorrow, and then in the early evening, probably 8 PM-ish, I'll do a stream for a couple of hours, and we'll continue on this Brighton save, and then on Monday, we'll be back to continuing the Brighton save, and for those that didn't watch the stream, I'll do a little recap of what happened during the stream. But there we go, our first foray into FM24. If you could like the video and subscribe and do all the things you do on YouTube, I hate asking, but it really helps. And yeah, leave a comment. Give a 1-sentence review of your few hours of the game so far. I'll be interested to know what your initial impressions. I bet loads of you have not even got to the first game of the season yet, but so far, so good, right? I think it's a brilliant game. I'm absolutely loving it. I've got big plans for FM24, so I hope you'll join me for them. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.